What's up, everyone? My name is Joshua, and I am so excited to attempt this new segment. And it's a segment, and I don't know what I'm going to say. Nothing's planned, but I have this whole entourage of subjects and things that I thought were interesting on my Keep board. That's Keep. Keep. Google Keep. It's like a one-person Pinterest board, and it's awesome. I love it. I'm on Pinterest. I just post stuff there. I don't engage, and I'm not active, but I put our content there because it's good for SEO. But the concept of Pinterest sounds amazing, but I want my own Pinterest board, and come to find out, Keep is that. So what this is a collection of different things that I found were interesting that I wanted to do broadcast over, but today I just felt like doing something really random. And because I like to speak off the cuff anyway, I'm not really a planned scripter, putting together speeches. And, if you've ever really listened to my broadcast, you notice how I'll start to talk about something, and then I'll veer off into something else, and I'll veer off into something else, then I'll circle back, and then I'll circle back to the other thing. I talk in like giant figure eights, the joy of dyslexia. But that's why you can't just listen to part of my broadcast to get it, because you're going to be like, God, he didn't even finish what he's saying. I actually do. You just have to listen to the whole thing. This is how I talk. Can't help it. And especially speaking from the heart, and I'm not reading other people's words, like something comes in my head, I'll go down that little, like I am the guy that gets excited, when they go, oh, squirrel. Like, that's pretty outside. Squirrel. And then tension's gone. I'm like that. But my attention's still there too. It's just gone there also. And then that's when I come back. Anyway, without further ado, I have a feeling this may get me in trouble. Let's start here. I've already done the broadcast. About 91% of musicians say they can no longer afford equipment. It's because they're not monetizing their intellectual property. That's why we have Media Company in a Box. Okay, this is going to be fun. So one of the joys not only being dyslexic, having DID, and yes, you can be joyful about DID because it's not all that bad. And if you learn to heal your alters, it can become very fun, and you can become, you become one soul again, but you still see the world from a very, very interesting, unique perspective because you see multiple sides of the same issue. That's why, for me, being a matter of fact about what's true and what's not is different. Like, I don't need anymore to say this is absolute truth, because I know that truth also lies in perception. There's truth, and then there's what we think is true because somebody told us that and convinced us that, so then now we believe it's true. And then when truth hits you in the face, then you're like, oh, that's not true. And then you forget about it and you blow past it. And I'm going to prove it. I'm going to prove it happens to you. Because one of the joys that I have is that doesn't happen to me. I make notes. I keep notes like probably like a sociopath. But I keep them everywhere because I want to know what I'm being told. And when someone tells me something, I take it to heart. And if they don't do what they said they were going to do, I make a mental note. And then I follow the patterns. I started this habit when I was a junkie. I did it so I would not get caught in lies because I would forget my own lies, and I needed to, keep what I was doing going. But I'm not that guy anymore. I just tell you the truth, and that kind of scares people. But I'm going to prove to you that we forget what we're told all the time. In fact, the very source of the place that most of the population, at least in America, gets their information from, the media, they forget what the media told them week to week. Proof example, Dr. Fauci. Mask on, mask off. Mask work, mask don't. Like what? I mean, how many different things did you hear? Or do you remember all the different things you were told? Well, I'm going to show you an example of a couple things here. Okay. So here's an article from That's August. 8 is August. August 21st, 2021. You're not a horse. You're not a cow. Seriously, y'all, stop it. This is for everyone that was looking for the horse paste as a treatment for the vid. And I'm purposefully not saying the words because I like being on Google News and I don't want to make them mad. We have a great audience that goes and checks out our work at Google News. So I'm going to be nice and behave. By now, you can read between the lines and I'm exactly not being that shy. Okay. There were studies that were done. You can go to the Internet Archive and you can see the studies that were done before this date that prove that that article was full of crap. The other thing to consider is that humans have been taking the same medicine as animals for a long time. This is not new. This is not new, not even close. And so why people are acting like this was something, well, you taking horse medicine. Well, if you've ever done cocaine or ketamine or any other drug, well, you know, animals use that too. Because ketamine's a horse tranquilizer and some of y'all get high. Oh, actually, to take it a step further, ketamine is being used now in the mental health field as a depression drug and to help with PTSD. So we use CBD on pets now. You think the CBD came from pets? Nope. So animals and humans use the same medicine all the time. In fact, they test human medication on animals all the time. Look up the Dr. Fauci and Beagle story if you don't believe me. So, they're obviously, this is gaslighting at its finest. November 19th, 2022. FDA says telling people not to take ivermectin for COVID-19 was just a recommendation. Really? Do you know how many more articles there are like this that contradict each other? You got to be kidding me. Digital banking payments. So March of 2020, there's an episode called Gratitude Unfiltered, Meet the Beast. In that article, we talked about how a certain president that so many people love was going to be responsible for bringing in the beast system. You know, that beast system that's talked about in the Bible, the one world currency. Okay, that one. So we've been telling people what was going to happen with that. The fourth industrial revolution, Nezer Jezra, it's not what people think it is. But like all the money that's been put into cryptocurrency, we've been telling people that when you find out who owns it, you're not going to feel so safe. When you find out that it's just a giant Ponzi scheme, and you find out that it is what's the word I'm looking for? It's an experiment, like the experimental medication. This was an experiment on us. Got to work out all the technicalities, all the possible mistakes, the potential security problems. This was a giant experiment because the one world currency, the quantum financial system, is coming. Not to be scared, but it's coming fast, very fast. And would not have been possible if the last few years didn't happen. I can promise you that. And I won't go into spend a lot of time on the details because if you go watch Meet the Beast, it tells you all about it. And that was almost 3 years ago. Okay. Skim past that word. That's a little inappropriate. Putin calls for blockchain-based international payment system. The fact that you're seeing this stuff in the news now means it's about to hit you in the face. This is already done. This is all what you got to understand. If they are putting it out, what news source is that? Cointelegraph. Oh, so this is about Bitcoin. Okay. the fact that this stuff is coming out now, then right next to this, FTX ownership of U.S. bank raising concerns, the whole financial system is going to explode. They're exposing all of the fraud. All these people are being exposed. These Ponzi schemes, the corruption in the financial system, it's all being brought to light. Like the secret's over. So people are going to get really mad and people are going to do some really drastic things. But I got to tell you something. This is all by design. Every bit of this information is here to piss you off. Because quantum financial system's already here. It just can't work until 5G is global. Like it can't work to the way it's supposed to. It needs 5G to be global and the on switch on, and it needs a host body. It needs the Internet of Bodies. Don't believe me. You're going to find out. Like, I'm excited about all this because I felt like a crazy person for 2.5 years trying to tell people like what was going to happen. And I've been following the singularity my whole life. Like this is like the most exciting thing ever for me. I just can't believe we're going to be alive for it. But we're going to be alive for one world currency. We're going to be alive for the mark of the beast. We're going to see the quantum financial system that's backed by King Solomon's gold, Nezra Jezra. By the way, if you research Nezra Jezra and you see all that you're going to get with it, does any of that sound like God to you? I mean, seriously, does it sound like God's just going to drop piles of money on everybody? No, there's always a catch because there's nothing free. Salvation's free, but it's going to cost you your life. That wasn't free. They always say it's a free gift. The gift costs you everything. Everything. But it's the best free gift ever that costs money. That cost you your life. Anyway. Musk warns of nuke option if Twitter gets banned from stores. Okay, I don't care about that. He's building X. And since he was letting everyone back on the platform, I decided that I would file an appeal and see if I could get my old account back on Twitter. That would be awesome. Okay, what's else? Oh, this is fun. Okay, I like these things too. So this is on Reddit. Here we go. Can I open it? So I'm using Loom software today. I change up my video software all the time because I do different things. So I'm using this software and I was familiar with it. So if you're watching on video right now, you can see what I'm doing. Okay. I think Reddit's the greatest platform ever, by the way. Okay, I just wanted to do this for fun. So Yup That Exists. Check this out. Company creates bed frame with built-in labyrinth to keep your cat entertained while you sleep. Freaking people are so smart. Like that is the need. We adopted 3 cats. We have a Maine Coon and 2 Russian Greys, and then they're probably, mix. We adopted them. They're part human, part dog, not cat. Even though they do cat things, they're very unusual animals. But the way that they sleep is like they're trying to protect us from evil spirits. It's the strangest thing. But the other thing they like to do when we're asleep is treat the bedroom like it's a jungle gym. This looks like the greatest invention ever made. Who made this? That's Yup That Exists. So who's the company? It didn't say the company. I would love to give them credit for this, but they're not there. Okay, let's see what else is there. Oh, this is good. Okay, Ray J. I like this one. I remember this article. I wanted to do a whole show on this, but I won't do that because that could get boring. So if you haven't figured out by now, I'm all about telling people you're the future of media. I'm the future of media. You're the future of media. And it's not like we're all going to be millionaires. That's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying. But to maintain any type of independence and to be outside of the universal income and being the useless animal, I think the World Economic Forum calls you, for those who are just going to do nothing and take universal income and get lost in the metaverse and have, like that part of it, that there is their plan. Who knows if it'll happen? But I will tell you that if you don't know where and how to move your business into a media organization first, above everything else, you're going to have a lot of trouble moving into what we're moving. So I love this by Ray J. The article, it says, Ray J warns people not to be fooled about collaborating with large corporations. So I want to say this to any and all content creators. This is one of the most important lessons I learned. I wish with everything in me that I applied this to my life sooner. Own all of it. Meaning, anything I promote, I own. My label's on it, my brand's on it, and if I don't own it, I have a strategic partnership that favors me highly. In other words, it would almost be it's almost like a relationship that I am the owner of the business. And I'll give you an example. And make note of this, because I came into the industry with products. Like, I got into entertainment and media with a skincare line. That skincare line is what opened the doors to everything else. Because if you know product placement, it's where it's at. So that's why I know the value of product placement, because I hold this bottle up and I got a big following, and I tell you why Path Water is awesome and how they're fighting plastic pollution. And now all of a sudden, like, I get paid for that spot. But you're not getting paid for your value. Now, every brand and their dog has an affiliate program now. That's great money for you, and it's free to get involved. There's a lot of different ways for you to have an affiliate. But then a lot of people, especially if you have a following, it's insane to seek out parts. It's insane to seek out partnerships with other brands to have them pay you to promote. Yeah, it sounds great, but you got to do what they say. You got to say what they tell you to say, and you got to conform the way they want you to conform. Is that you being the brand, or is it you conforming? Oh, sure, you made a bunch of money, but what's the price for your freedom? Because they can fire you at any time. If you stood up and said, I'm a homosexual, that brand may not like it. Or if you said, I'm bisexual, or you said, I'm a Christian, or I'm a Muslim, I'm an atheist, I'm a Buddhist, I'm trans, I'm any of those things. If you said that and they don't like it, they can fire you. Then what? Then what? You're an afterthought. You don't really matter. But you can go buy this exact bottle with no packaging on it, put your own label on it, and sell it. You can do whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. My product. So Ray J warns people about collaborating. So he's obviously telling them, you can read this article. I mean, it's there. I'm not going to read it out loud. There's no need to. But it's almost like selling your soul on a minor level. But the real money and the real value, and I talk about this in our media training, the Live Mana Worldwide's new media training. It's also on my website, joshuatberglan.com. And we talk about what I learned from Master P and Nipsey Hussle. It was really Master P that taught me, but Nipsey Hussle did the same thing. And he's like, it's the long road, it's the hard road, but create something that you own. Create the shirts, the earphones, like Ray J. Ray J's earphones must be amazing. And look, you're building it from the ground up. So I don't get to so I'm a Tom Ford guy. I love Tom Ford. And Tom Ford, you pay a lot of money. Like that's the most amazing suits ever. And he's just sold the company for billions of dollars, right? So to Estee Lauder, I think it was. So he sells that. That brand is worth billions of dollars now. And then, so if I go and start promoting them, that's going to look amazing, right? Like I'm one of their spokespeople. I don't own it. I'm not the CEO. I'm a paid spokesperson. That's a sweet gig. Not going to lie. It would be amazing to work with Tom Ford. Like get to rock a Tom Ford suit. When I host the Oscars, get to wear a Tom Ford suit. That would be great. Who are you wearing? Tom Ford. However, if you want to leave a legacy, if you want to create an empire, you want to have multiple revenue streams, you want to leave a legacy, you want to be able to create something to pass down to your kids if they choose to go that path, you got to go at it alone. Start your own, build it from the ground up. You can do it. Obviously, people like Ray J and Kanye, they have the money to invest into their own brands, to build it, to pay for the marketing and so on. So I understand how tough that could be. But it doesn't mean that you can't do it. It doesn't mean you can't do it. We've run a nonprofit media organization and a broadcasting network. We did it with no money. There's always a little bit of money that you spend. But I'm saying when we first got into it, it all happened with no money. And then we started to, put money into it because there's advancements in technology and other things. But that's your decision. But you don't need to be a Kanye or a Ray J to make this happen. All right, enough on that. Own your own, build your own. Create your own t-shirts, create a cool logo, put it on there, whatever you feel to do. But the fact is your intellectual property, your knowledge, the things that you love. And my goodness, if you're wearing something, if you have a brand that you like, you can go find where that brand is made. And you can go to the OEM, which is the contract manufacturer, and you can say, I want to put my label on that t-shirt. It's called white labeling. There's a lot of options. You can custom make, you can white label, you can go to a garment district. There's so many different ways to enter this space. That's why I'm so passionate about it. I love teaching it. It's never the same. I love getting to be a shadow CEO for other organizations. It's the best because creatively, I get to give away all my ideas and the things that come to me for those brands, and they get to go do them. It's the coolest thing. You don't have to rely on other people to make your way. You can do it yourself. And now, more than ever, you can do this for yourself. All right. What else is on the keyboard? Okay. I got to be careful how I talk about this one. This one makes me mad. So, the Biden administration, continues to dodge calls from pediatric doctors to declare the RSV outbreak a national emergency. I'm not going to comment on this because it's self-explanatory. They're doing anything and everything to keep from telling you the truth. Anyone that has been boosted you need to get your CD4 and your CD8 counts checked. Because what you're seeing here, they're hiding the truth. You've noticed how they're saying the COVID, the flu, and what was the other thing? They can't even tell the difference at this point. Oh, RSV. They've changed the name of monkeypox. There's all of these conditions that are becoming chronic that people are struggling with now, they have no choice on the news but to say that something's wrong but they're not telling you the whole truth. And I'm willing to put myself out there again. I've been doing it for a long time. It's why I'm deplatformed. And I have HIV, so I'm qualified to talk about this. You need to get your CD4 and CD8 counts checked, especially now. Especially now. I live a healthy life with HIV. I'm undetectable. I can't give it. My wife didn't have it. I'm trying to make babies. She don't have it. Can't give it to her. Thank God for my medication. Another thing I got in trouble for. This one. Musk indicates he will release the internal Twitter documents on censorship of Hunter. I don't know why this one bothers me so much, because I saw his laptop before the election happened. And anyone who knows has, what's the word I'm looking for here? Because I don't want to be offensive, but anyone who just believes the news stories was never going to dive into this. But especially when it would disappear, and especially when the news came out and was like, Russian collusion, But there was a big portion of us that saw the laptop, that saw the initial reports that were swept away, that were taken off the news feeds, and people got banned for talking about it. I was one of them. I got the pictures in my phone. Well, the ones that can be, could be shared. Some creepy stuff in there. And it's not just about Hunter. Wait till you learn about Three Forks. Some creepy stuff going on. And it's not just about him. Like, whatever you want to say about the election, they did everything possible to hide the truth about what's going on here. The truth about Ukraine, the truth, it's awful. This is not new to a lot of people. But the craziest part about this is coming out. Right? This has been out. They've already proved. New York Times said, yes, this was true. We lied. They didn't say we lied to you. They said it's true. Well, no one cares. Should be news all over the place. Freaking lying to you. Zero trust. Okay. Again, if you're watching, you can see this. But this the DoD, the U.S. Department of Defense, about the Zero Trust Network. Zero Trust Network is going to be the new internet. The new internet, you will have to log into, as in photo ID, your smart ID, your, what's it called? Not a travel pass. Vax Pass, which all will be the same thing, your digital ID. You log that in. That's how you're logging yourself in, your identity into the internet. It will be ultra secure. Social media will not be the same. There will be no anonymity. I can't say that word. It won't. You can't. You won't. It can't. They won't allow it. So all of you that have been betting your life on your business on social media, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. They're going to use stories like this Hunter Biden story, the censorship, the exposure, all these things, these leaks. They're going to use this. The attacks on gay people and the blaming of the they're trying to stir up a war. And I say they, the powers that be, the people that control the narrative, right? Control the media, you control the narrative. All of this is going to lead to, it's going to happen all at once, I believe, where the internet shuts down, the financial system shuts down. It all happened at one time. There's going to be mass chaos, martial law, and then the new system will be activated. But part of the reason, this sounds really conspiracy. I get it. I can't help myself. I have to go there. I have no choice at this point. I guess I have a choice, but it wouldn't make sense if I didn't. But when they turn the 5G, call me crazy now. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll never forget one of my best friends in the world. I love her. She's like a mother, sister, and best friend in the same breath. And happens to be a celebrity. One of the most amazing relationships I've ever had. She thinks I'm absolutely insane for sharing all of this stuff, and yet everything that I was telling her was going to happen has literally happened. And like, especially this Hunter stuff, but it makes me sick. So I'm not saying this to be shocking at this point. I'm saying this to go, pay attention. Like, the world is not what you think it is. So, and what's been going on is probably not what you actually think. But if you research the Internet of Bodies, you'll learn what it takes to make a human being a host body. And you'll learn about the technology that's required to make that happen. The three pieces of technology that are important: graphene oxide, mRNA. It's been around for 40, 50 years. I don't care why. I don't know why they're acting like it's a brand new technology. mRNA has been around forever. The CIA has used it for years, at least 40 years. Graphene, mRNA, and 5G. When you learn how those three work together, then you'll learn about how the Internet of Bodies works. And then you'll realize why 5G, that 5G on your phone is not real 5G. It's not what we're going to have. When you learn about that, then the last 2.5 years will make sense. But the other part of this that's so interesting is then you'll learn how digital ID works, and then you'll learn how the mark of the beast works too. All this ties together. I'm not a prophet that I know of, but I did read the Fourth Industrial Revolution by the guy that organized it, so I kind of know what I'm talking about. All right, let's see here. Is there anything else? This is, damn, that's interesting. Oh, let's see what this says. It says it's interesting. Oh, I just wanted to show this one for fun. Check out this. Oh, can I play it? Oh, this is called Conspiracy Theory Rock. This is okay. I saw this one today. This one's fun. Check this out.
Westinghouse and good old GE. They own networks from CBS to CNBC. They can use them to say whatever they please and put down the opinions of anyone who disagrees. Our stuff about PCBs. What are PCBs? They come from electric power plants built by Westinghouse and GE. They can give you lots of cancer that can hurt your body. But on network TV, you rarely hear anything bad about the nuclear industry. Like when Westinghouse was sued for fraud? Which time? He made defective bolts. It was an unreported crime. Or when it was boycotted for operating nuclear bomb plants just to squeeze a dime. That's a footnote, by the way. A footnote protects you from folks who doubt what you say. Now maybe the voices in my head will go away.
But the big shots don't care. They're all sitting pretty thanks to corporate welfare.
What's that now?
They get billions in subsidies from the government. It's supposed to create jobs, but that's not how it's spent. They use tax and soft money to support congressmen who will over weapons programs again and again and let them dump toxic waste where the young ones play.
INTE the bullets that shot JFK.
You contribute to this chain every time you buy a product sponsored on this show.
That's what NBC doesn't want you to know. Now the next time. Please stand by, please stand by. These is technical difficulties, supposedly. So if you see a please stand by, you know it's all part of these big lies.
Why would you ignore McDonald's away?
They made too many jokes about OJ.
But Lord Michael's overruled.
Now don't be fooled. Me and Barry went through the same high.
Oh, mercy. That was fun. All right. Well, okay. So that is going to sum it up for this edition. I don't know what I'm going to call it. The keep? What should I call this? I don't really have a name for it. Because, you know, what's in my keep folder doesn't sound like, hey, what's in my Trapper Keeper? Anyway. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys had fun. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for checking out joshuatberglan.com. If I can be of service to you, send me a message. God bless. Thank you so much. And see you soon.